guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at Audi of Wesley Chapel, and we have something very special that many of you have asked for. This is Audi's first ever electric vehicle, fully electric. This is the 2019 Audi E-Tron. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about Audi history. Audi, believe it or not, has been around since 1909. In 1932, four German car companies, they formed together to form Auto Union. That's why on every Audi you see those four rings. It's those four German brands. They wanted to survive the World Depression. They formed together. Since then though, Audi has really stood for wonderful German styling, performance like you wouldn't believe. Remember, so many great wins at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, that classic endurance race, racetracks all over the world. Well, guess what? They've taken all that heritage, all that engineering, all that magic, dumped it into a bucket and pulled out this E-Tron. What you're gonna find is first of all, it looks like an Audi SUV. That's the wonderful thing. You could go electric and not have to deal with funky styling. You could have something that's actually a little bit more conservative that looks like a vehicle. Another thing, you're gonna get all that wonderful Audi styling and tech that so many of you come to love. So let's go ahead and dive into this all new 2019 E-Tron, the first one ever. So first of all, you'll see those bright LED headlights. These are the headlights that were designed on those Le Mans winning cars. I love the daytime running lamps, and I really like the way we have some style here, how it kind of waterfalls into the corner of the front fascia. Now, one thing to be aware of, this car, you gotta help it cheat the wind. So you're gonna see some things here that normally I would zonk on other cars, but on this car, because they're there to help cheat the wind, they're not gonna receive a zonk. First thing, functional air curtains on the side, very important, especially for an electric vehicle, as we come across the front grille. Now, most of this is sealed off. It's not a functioning grille. You do have the open center section here, but other than that, it's solid. Normally I would zonk that, but remember, like I said, it's all about cheating the air to get air to flow over the car and underneath the car. There's those brushed aluminum looking rings of the Auto Union. I like the way they took E-Tron and embossed it into the lower section of the grille. And Audi does a great job at the shape of their grille because it's such a brand recognition. Even the flat silver on the lower portion of the front fascia just looks very tasteful and gives the car some character. As we come up onto the hood, two very nice distinctive body lines, and then you have two on the corners that kind of fade towards the actual A-pillar. Very nice and sharp, very aggressive to give that extra style that you come to expect from Audi. When we come around the bend, I am gonna zonk this wheel. It's silver, it's a little plain. Now I'm sure the design of it has to do with cheating the wind, but from an aesthetic standpoint, it's on the plain side, especially with some other Audis that are sitting here at Audi of Wesley Chapel. It's a 20-inch wheel, 255 on the width, 50 series sidewall. Now, the next thing I want to point out as we go into the fender, there's that E-Tron logo. I like the way they did like a nice, almost like mustard yellow around the silver. Here's where the magic happens. You push the button here on the driver's side, this drops down, that's where you're gonna plug her in. Now, what's great about this being at the front is that I see so many Tesla owners struggling, especially when they're in a parking lot where all of the spots are on an angle, because theirs is all the way in the back, and sometimes it's a reach to get that to plug in. Having it up here, nice and simple and easy. You want to close it up. Look at that, nice touch, all flush, one button press. As we come into the mirrors, beautiful shape. You have some LED turn signals built into the side, and then as we go into the greenhouse of this vehicle, it almost looks like a wagon because for an SUV, it's sitting a little bit lower. Why do you ask? To cheat the air. Up top, you do have roof rails, so you don't have to give that up. Get yourself some crossbars and you could take this and go kayaking with it or whatnot. But I like the brushed aluminum, especially around the windows as well. Very nice body lines, and you can see how, like I said, everything is for aerodynamics. All of this looks good, but it's here to channel the wind back towards the rear end of the car to kind of kick it up. All of it has a purpose. As we come around the rear, you can see the wonderful fender line. It's almost like it's flared out a little bit. Coming into the taillight section, full LED taillights. Love the look. And then as we drop down some silver, of course there's no exhaust because this does not have an internal combustion engine. It's an E-Tron, full electric. There's the rings that we come to know and love. And then a nice long low roof spoiler to help channel that wind right off the back of the car. But why don't we go ahead, pop the hood and see what we're working with power-wise. All right, guys, we got the hood popped on the E-Tron. You can see we do have hood struts. And here's something that you're not gonna see very much. There's no internal combustion engine. You have in this vehicle, you're looking at 2 induction AC units. It's a 1-speed direct drive. It does have regenerative braking. Now, if you're wondering what kind of power are we looking at, you're looking at 355 horsepower. There is a boost mode that lasts for about 8 seconds, which bumps horsepower up to 402 horsepower. 0 to 60 in about 5.6 seconds, quarter mile in about 16. If you're wondering how much does this thing weigh, it weighs 5,750 pounds, has a top speed of 124 miles an hour. You could actually use this. You could tow up to 4,000 pounds. Now, range-wise, you're looking at 204 miles in the range. That's actually less than the Tesla Model X, which is at 250. But if you're looking at MPGEs, 74 in the city, 73 on the highway, this is the direction that many car companies are going in, that full electric route. Very clean underneath. And what I do like is something that's very smart that Audi did, is normally this, you say, oh, here's an engine cover, but watch this. You actually lift it up and you have a nice usable storage space up front, which is great. Even with an LED light in there, if you need to get something out at night. So I think that's very smart engineering from Audi. But why don't we go ahead and check out the interior and see how great this E-Tron really is. All right, guys, we're inside the 2019 Audi E-Tron. My first time sitting in one of these. And remember, this is only the second fully electric vehicle that we featured on Rady's Rides. We've done the Honda Clarity. Big difference from the Clarity, that's for sure. Now, I know you're probably saying, Joe, I like the way this looks like an Audi SUV. Usable, I could tow 4,000 pounds. What's the price? MSRP is around $83,449. Now, this does have some extra options on it, and that's what kind of brings the price up to that point. But let's see, what do you get? To the door panels. I like what's going on with the breakup of the dark colors. You have some nice cream Alcantara, some cream leather, and the brushed aluminum pieces, they look real. They really look great and have a nice texture to them. Now, both the passenger and the driver gets memory seat, electric memory seats with that memory setting to them, so you can fit it for you and then somebody else can jump in and set it up for themselves. There's also LED lighting in that silver trim, which is really nice. Now, when we come to the dash, love the leather, the stitching. This is wood, real wood. Across the top here, you got the E-Tron logo. My only zunk is this, and let me explain. So you get a lot of gloss black, you get your nice size infotainment screen, some more gloss black, and then it goes to this. This material is very soft, but I wish they would have taken the leather material from up top with the stitching and put that here instead. I think it would look a lot cleaner and not draw your eyes to this so much, because immediately when I look over, my eyes are drawn here. Beautiful screen, so 10-inch screen, nice display, obviously navigation and everything. I could hit home. And what's nice is it's not that you're just hitting the screen, you actually get a little bit of a touch from it. So it really has that haptic sensation. There's all of your different settings. We could go into vehicle information. There's your range potential and everything. So very, very nice, easy to navigate through, which is really great on this Audi. Now, as we transition down, check out our AC controls. Full digital display, and you know what? They're easy. You just press the buttons. You got ventilated seats, heated seats, a lot easier to use than some other high-end vehicles that we have been in on Rady's Rides, specifically Range Rover and Land Rover products for sure. I like the aluminum finish. You got the start-stop button here. One fake button. There is a fake button right smack dab in this area, but other than that, you press cameras. Look at all the camera angles you get in this thing. Really nice setup. You could go to 3D. Look, there's the back. There's the bush that's in front of us. Check it out. Look at that, all the way around us. Very nicely done. And then you could even do split screen. So you could go back here we are again. I press this. You could go to that. Look at this. Hey, that'd be cool if you could see me in it, but only on Rady's Rides. I guess you have to watch me on YouTube. But there is our e-tron. Now, as we go into the shifter, remember, this is direct drive, so that means there's no gears. But this is how you're gonna shift. So this is where you rest your hand, and then you see this? This actually moves. You go forward for reverse, neutral, drive, and then to put it back in park, you hit the P. That's what the P stands for. Get your mind out of the gutter. Open area here, which I think is smart. I don't really aesthetically like it, but I know, especially for women, to put their purse here, to put something here, man or woman to put their wallet, whatever. I know everybody's gonna come after me for gender police or whatever, but I like this open area just for that. You do have a sliding plastic cover where the cup holders are. You have a 12 volt, that's the plug for it. You do have wireless charging where you can actually clip the phone in, which is a nice touch. Here is our Audi key fob, very clean, very nice touch, just like the exterior of this car. Back is very simple, clean. Put that back, close it up. There's some more of that silver trim. Nice leather on the armrest. You open this up, you got felt lining in here. This is where you could put, you know, your first necklace your girlfriend ever gave you. You could put it in there, it's not gonna get all scratched up. 2 USBs, an SD port, so they got you covered there. And then these seats, this is part of the optional package. Like the perforated center, love the design, very, very soft, nice cream color. Normally I'm not a big cream color type of person, but you know what? It works in here because it really adds a lot of color differentiation going on. We do have a nice size, I would call it a mini panoramic sunroof. Great size for the passengers and for the driver and passenger up front. But why don't you come over to the business end and I'll show you behind the wheel of this Audi e-tron. All right, guys, here we are behind the wheel of the e-tron. Of course, you're gonna get full power assist seats, really get it to fit the contour of your body. Steering wheel, I'm liking it actually. It's very, very clean, nice thickness. I like the horn button. I also like this brushed aluminum going on here. Just a little bit of gloss black, nothing that's gonna upset anybody. You do have paddles to go through simulated gears. And then there's that wonderful digital cockpit that Audi is just famous for. I love how clear the graphics are. On the right, it tells you your charge. This does have regenerative braking, like I told you. You do have your speedometer there. When you press the different buttons, you could go in and actually, like I said, you could select different functions. Look at that. You could go to map, bam, there's your navigation right in front of you. That's why I like Audi products. Very, very clean, very easy to use as well. There are some other brands out there. You need to really spend about a year to learn all of the electronic gadgets and whatnot going on. But I'm 6 feet tall. I have the seat perfectly placed, good amount of headroom. Why don't we go ahead, check out the passenger seat and see what's going on back there. All right, guys, backseat time in the e-tron. I'm actually quite impressed. You know, there was once upon a time, hybrid vehicles, electric vehicles, you would lose some leg room and whatnot because of the batteries. But you know what? Plenty of space. I'm still 6 feet tall, just like up front. I got plenty of headroom. I really like the way that the seats look in front of us, except for this. I'm zonking this cargo net. I don't know why Audi insists on something like this. To me, that just looks really cheap. So I am gonna zonk it. What I'm not gonna zonk is this little command center. You get 2 rear AC vents, and just like the people up front, you get to have your touchscreen fun as well. So I really do like that setup. 2 USBs and a 12 volt, so everybody will have their electronics charged. Very comfortable back here. You do have screens that could be raised or lowered for that extra sun protection or security. And then you know what? Wonderful armrest. Pretty decently padded. You need cup holders? Where's the cup holders? Boom, there's your cup holders. You want cup holders to go away? Boom, no cup holders. Open this up. Look at this, like a little kitty cat. That's kind of pretty, so no snacks in here. And you can't even put like a Twinkie, it'd probably get flat like a pancake, but perfect for a phone or a device that you're not gonna get all scratched up. It's almost like the floor carpet. It literally is the floor carpet. It's not even felt lining. But you put that back like that. Why don't we go ahead, check out the cargo area and see what we could put in the back of an e-tron. All right, guys, that cargo area. Do we have room in an e-tron? Let's find out. Nice electric assist, raises up quickly. Quite a bit of room. Now remember, those seats are gonna do the 60-40 split. How do I know that? Because you're just gonna pull the handle, look at that. Boom, one down. Another thing I also wanna point out, twin LED lights on the side. Very thin, very slim, very trim, and they really light up well. We pull the other side, look at that. So I do really like how easy it is to put that down. The one thing I'm gonna zonk for the back is literally the back. This rear bumper fascia is, you can see how far it sticks out. Here's the opening, here is the end of the fascia. The problem is getting something up. If you gotta get something off the ground, it's a little bit higher than some other SUVs that we have obviously tested here on Rady's Rise. But you know what? Very impressive with the amount of room, especially being full electric. But if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and get our e-driving on and take this e-tron for a spin. All right, guys, we're leaving Audi at Wesley Chapel. We're in the new e-tron. I really, really love how this vehicle feels when you accelerate, because you're not waiting for RPMs to build and all that stuff. Direct drive, one speed, and you're off and running. That's what this thing is. And from a dead stop, especially torque-wise, you are getting that instant torque that takes you right off the line. Inside, it feels exactly how you would expect an SUV to feel from Audi. It's quiet, it's comfortable, very nice upscale fit and finish everywhere. I really, really am digging that. And that's why I think this is a home run for Audi, is because guess what? You have that same internal combustion SUV look and feel. The screens have zero glare. There's like no glare on these screens whatsoever. Really liking that, especially the AC controls down here. I was a little concerned about that, but I like the way they have them staggered. The lower one is actually pushed back, and I think that's gonna help cut out that glare. The other piece of this electronic puzzle is the digital cockpit that they have. Amazing clarity. I love having the navigation right there. Why look over here when you could look just straight forward? Very clean, very simple. Steering wheel is nice to feel, nice to hold on to. And then of course, with all the amenities, the ventilated seats, the nice soft leather, it's a breeze. Is this the direction that we're going in? It looks like, when it comes to electric vehicles, we'll keep bringing you the whole variety on Rady's Rise, that's for sure. But let me go ahead and do a little acceleration test for you. So it's quite interesting because you get a little bit of a whine like a Tron cycle, but it's not too loud, and it just gets up and goes. And all you see is that speedometer going through the digits as you accelerate. Now let's see how handling is in this e-tron. Very nice, very predictable. I think that's the important part of this. Great feedback from the steering. Now that's the wonderful thing, is that driving this vehicle, yes, it's Audi's first electric vehicle, but you know what? They have so much great engineering and history with fine automobiles that it's in this vehicle as well, especially when it comes to handling. I mean, this is very nice. Look at this. Brakes feel great. Steering feedback is very, very nice. On throttle. Wow. I'm actually pleasantly surprised with the power delivery. It's putting a smile on my face, especially that instant torque really hits you. Now remember, you do have that 8 seconds or so of overboost, which is pushing horsepower right above 400. So definitely no slouch when it comes to horsepower numbers. Very smooth though, very quiet. And for the most part, it feels like a regular car, to be honest with you. The only difference is when you get on the pedal, it's not the loud pedal anymore, it's just the go pedal. Let me go ahead and make a U-turn here. Easy to do. Even though the car has that hefty weight, over 5,000 pounds, she still feels light on her feet. You got a heads-up display, which is great. On throttle, really not. I mean, it feels cool when you get on the throttle, I gotta be honest. Brakes feel great. I mean, very nice. Look at this. This is nice. It puts a smile on your face when you get on the throttle. It really does. This makes me actually want to feature more electric vehicles on Rady's Rides. If that's something that you want to see, leave it in the comments section. Look at this. Man, this is making me want to go get a Tesla and review that. I never thought I would say that. Wow. Really great control and so smooth. That's the wonderful thing too. It's just so smooth in here and wonderfully set up. And as you're just cruising, it's nice. You're just hearing the blower from your AC and the ventilated seats, keeping your body cool, and you're feeling good. So we're gonna go ahead. Hopefully this gave you a nice little wrap up of how electrifying the e-Tron is to drive. And we're gonna wrap it up and get back to Audi of Wesley Chapel. So I'll see you in a Tron second. All right, guys, been another electrifying day here at Audi of Wesley Chapel. Definitely got to thank Chris and Mike for bringing us out. Great organization here, bringing the latest of the amazing Audi products like this e-Tron. If these are the types of things that you like to see on Rady's Rides, you want more electric vehicles, leave it in that comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you. Thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content here for you on Rady's Rides, click the link in the description. Takes you right to Spreadshirt. We got the all-new Zonk shirts. We got Big Guns McGee working the camera. He's back from his sabbatical. He sat on top of the highest mountain in the world, said a little prayer, and now he's back full action. So thank you, Tom, for all your hard work. Check him out at Mosh Photos on Instagram. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.